Oh my God, can you believe what's brewing behind those palace walls right now? No, it's not another scandalous book or some shady family dinner gone wrong, it's Meghan Markle again. And this time, she's reportedly plotting the wildest legal stunt the royal family has ever seen. Word is leaking straight from Montecito that Meghan is gearing up to sue Prince William, yes, the future King of England, if he dares to strip her of the Duchess of Sussex title when he takes the throne. You heard me right. The same Meghan who once said she didn't care about titles is now apparently ready to march into court, legal papers in hand, claiming that the Duchess title is hers by right. And get this, constitutional experts in the UK are laughing so hard they can barely contain themselves. They're calling it the most delusional royal move in modern history. Sources close to Meghan say she genuinely believes she has a case that because she's been Duchess of Sussex for years, using the name in business deals and charity projects, she somehow owns the title. As if being called Duchess is like owning a trademark. It's giving Hollywood energy, not royal reality. And the timing? Oh, it's just too perfect. This bombshell comes only weeks after King Charles showed everyone that royal titles can vanish faster than royalty can cool. Remember when he stripped Prince Andrew's titles with nothing more than a letters patent? Boom, gone. No court, no appeal, no drama, just royal willpower. And now Meghan? She's reportedly panicking, calling lawyers, searching for anyone who will tell her she's right. But the legal community? They're giggling behind closed doors. Apparently, Meghan missed the royal lesson 101. In the monarchy, titles aren't owned, they're granted by the crown. They can be revoked at any moment. Yet, here she is, thinking she can take the future King of England to court over a title that was never even hers in the first place. I mean, the irony is rich. This is the same woman who told Oprah titles didn't matter, and now she's allegedly ready to go to war to keep one. And guess what? Palace insiders say William's team isn't even worried. In fact, they're reportedly thrilled. They see this as a golden opportunity to expose how little Meghan really understands the royal system she once married into. Here's where it gets even juicier. Meghan was never actually granted the title of Duchess of Sussex. That honor was given to Harry by the late Queen Elizabeth as a wedding gift. Harry's the Duke, not Meghan. Her Duchess styling only exists through marriage. That means she's what's called a courtesy Duchess. No legal claim, no legal claim, no legal claim. Inheritance, no ownership, just a borrowed title that could disappear overnight. But rumor has it, Meghan's convinced herself that because she's used Duchess of Sussex on Netflix deals, podcasts, and charity letters, she somehow has legal rights over it. Lawyers are calling that reasoning, quote, breathtakingly naive. And there's more. Apparently, she's not even been using her title properly. Royal protocol says only blood royals can put their titles before their names. So technically, she should be Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, not Duchess Meghan, which she often insists on. So not only is she trying to protect a title she doesn't own, she's been misusing it all along. Palace insiders say she even told friends that, unlike Prince Andrew, she earned her title through years of royal service. But here's the kicker, titles aren't rewards for service like an employee. Bonus. They're purely honors, existing only as long as the monarch allows. So imagine this. Right after King Charles proved how quickly royal titles can be erased, Meghan decides to double down and threaten to sue before William even takes action. It's like she's daring the crown to respond. And constitutional lawyers? They're saying she's walking straight into a legal disaster. British lawyers are roasting her reported plan. They're calling it legally frivolous, embarrassing, and dead on arrival. One senior barrister even joked, Meghan might as well sue God for making it rain. Why? Because legally, no one can sue the crown. British courts literally operate under the authority of the sovereign, meaning you can't take the king to his own court. It's called crown immunity. So, unless the king himself gives permission to be sued, which, let's be real, would never happen, Meghan's entire plan collapses before it even starts. But apparently, she's now thinking about taking the fight to American courts. Yep, she reportedly believes that U.S. jurisdiction could somehow override British constitutional law. Legal experts across both countries are shaking their heads in disbelief. American judges have zero authority over royal titles. They can't tell the King of England what to do with his own honors. It's laughable. And the experts are unanimous. Royal titles are not property, trademarks, or intellectual rights. They are gifts from the crown. As Professor Vernon Bogdanor put it, they exist purely through royal grace and vanish when that grace ends. And that's exactly what happened with Prince Andrew. The king didn't need a courtroom, he just signed a document and the titles were gone. Swift, clean, final. So, if a blood royal like Andrew couldn't challenge that, what hope does Meghan, a courtesy duchess, really have? Yet insiders say she's misreading that lesson completely. Instead of realizing she's powerless, she's doubling down, thinking she can somehow preempt the monarchy by suing first. And that's where things start, spiraling into a full-blown constitutional nightmare, because Meghan is still an American citizen. And according to U.S. law, American citizens are not supposed to fight for or claim foreign noble titles. There's even an old constitutional amendment, the Titles of Nobility Clause, that was designed to stop exactly this kind of thing. Experts are warning that by threatening to sue over her British title, Meghan could actually jeopardize her American citizenship. Imagine that, losing the one legal shield that protects her from British authority because she couldn't let go of a title. And the optics? Even worse. American and British diplomats are reportedly already discussing what this could mean. If an American citizen sues the British crown, it could cause a diplomatic mess between two allies. Both governments would have to pick sides, and spoiler alert, neither would pick Meghan. And inside the palace, William's reaction reportedly said it all. When he heard Meghan was planning to sue, he just laughed and said, "Bring it on." Yes, bring it on. That's the confidence of a man who knows exactly where the power lies. William's advisors reportedly told him not only would Meghan lose spectacularly, but her failure would actually strengthen the monarchy, proving once again that the crown's authority stands above all. They're even said to be encouraging her to follow through so they can end this Sussex saga once and for all. And the rest of the royal family? Oh, they've had enough. Even those who once urged peace and understanding reportedly now agree that Meghan's gone too far. Her threat to sue the crown is seen as crossing a constitutional red line. Behind palace doors, there's growing unity even among the more forgiving royals that Meghan's behavior can't be tolerated anymore. It's become less about personal drama and more about defending the institution itself. William's team also sees timing working perfectly in their favor. Public opinion has already turned. After King Charles's decisive action against Andrew, people respect firm royal leadership. If Meghan actually sues, it gives William the perfect reason to strip the Sussex titles completely with overwhelming public support. And the humiliation she'd face if it reaches court? Oh, it'd be catastrophic. Imagine the headlines: Meghan Markle's lawsuit against the crown dismissed without hearing. The global ridicule would be brutal. Hollywood insiders are already whispering that Meghan's reputation could collapse overnight. No one in the industry wants to be tied to someone publicly schooled by British constitutional law. Brand deals? Gone. Reputation? In tatters. Even insurance companies might back away, calling her a legal risk. And the irony, the pure irony, is that in trying to cling to her royal identity, she might end up losing the very thing that made her marketable in Hollywood. And it doesn't stop there. Legal scholars say her actions could become a textbook example for generations to come, the case that redefined why royal prerogative is absolute and untouchable. In trying to challenge the monarchy, Meghan might accidentally strengthen it forever. Inside Buckingham Palace, there's a quiet satisfaction. After years of chaos, interviews, and tell-all books, the royal establishment finally feels like the Sussex story is reaching its final act. The Queen's original gift, the Duke and Duchess titles, were symbols of inclusion. But now, those same titles might become symbols of consequence, even globally. Other royal families are watching closely. If Meghan's attempt to sue fails, and it will, it'll set a precedent that ensures no one, anywhere, can challenge a monarch's authority through court. And for Meghan, the tragedy writes itself. In trying to cling to a title she doesn't own, she might lose her credibility, her citizenship safety net, and whatever sympathy she once had. The public that once saw her as a victim now sees her as an aggressor, a woman fighting the very crown she once wanted to belong to. Her story has gone from fairy tale bride to Hollywood Duchess to constitutional disaster. And when the curtain finally falls, she'll have proven, more than anyone else, just how absolute royal power really is. Because in the end, you can't sue the crown, you can't own a title, and you can't outplay the monarchy. And let's be honest, if Meghan really goes through with this, it won't just be a legal defeat, it'll be the final curtain call on her royal era. Every move she's made since stepping away from the palace has been about control, her narrative, her image, her power. But this This feels like the breaking point. The monarchy has survived wars, abdications, scandals, and centuries of controversy. And now Meghan Markle thinks she can take it on in a courtroom? Insiders are calling it the ultimate royal comedy, because even for Hollywood, this script would sound too unbelievable. Behind closed doors, royal courtiers are reportedly more amused than angry. One insider supposedly joked, "If Meghan wants to pay British lawyers to explain British monarchy to her, we'll gladly let her." It's almost cruelly poetic, her trying to use the very system she doesn't understand against the institution that defines it. Even senior aides are said to be preparing quietly, ensuring that every possible legal argument is documented, ready to crush her claims before they even make it into court filings. They want the dismissal to be swift and public, a constitutional schooling for the history books. Meanwhile, over in Montecito, the tension is said to be unbearable. Meghan's been reaching out to high-profile legal names, hoping anyone will validate her belief that titles can be owned. But so far, no credible firm seems willing to touch it. One source said bluntly, "No one wants to be the lawyer who loses against the crown." And who can blame them? You don't go toe-to-toe with a 1,000-year-old institution and expect a Hollywood ending. And the worst part? Even if Meghan somehow finds a way to file, every single argument she makes will drag her deeper into embarrassment. Legal experts predict the court might not even hear her case. It could be thrown out instantly for lack of jurisdiction. Imagine that after weeks of headlines, lawyers, and money, her lawsuit gets tossed before it even begins. That's the kind of humiliation that sticks forever. So while Meghan reportedly sees this as a bold act of defiance, the reality is she's setting herself up for a public and political disaster of epic proportions. Because at the end of the day, there's one universal truth even Hollywood can't rewrite. When it comes to the British monarchy, the crown always wins.